I know it sounds corny, but New York City is one of those places I feel like I've had a deep connection with long before I even set foot in it. That's no coincidence, of course. Many people feel that way, thanks to the media we consume. Friends is my favorite TV show now, but my OG parasocial relationship with New York City actually stemmed from my favorite show of my late teens to early 20s, Gossip Girl. So, this episode is an homage to the scandalous lives of Manhattan's elite. The fictional one, at least. There are so many Gossip Girl filming locations you can visit, some more important than others, but let's start on the far Upper East Side at the Museum of the City of New York, which was used for the exterior shots of Constance Billard's School for Girls and St. Jude's School for Boys. This is one of my favorites because not only do I love the early seasons of Gossip Girl, the high school drama, the school uniform, Blair's best style era in my opinion, but it's also somewhat secluded from the more touristy spots of the city and you can soak it all in. Just a 10-minute walk south on Fifth Avenue is Blair Waldorf's apartment building, but there was construction work going on. So no, let's pretend I just walked out the door shot this time. Even further down, still on the same street, is the Metropolitan Museum with its famous Steps of the Met. Always busy, always crowded, but let's get back there later. I also visited the humble Van der Woodsen residence, the Lotte New York Palace, more or less coincidentally both by day and by night, the Empire Hotel on the Upper West Side where Chuck Bass lived, and in the last episode of the series, I'd already shown the Humphrey Hood in Brooklyn. To be honest, I only realized just now that I completely forgot to check out where Nate's townhouse even is, but in my defense, his place was by far the least prominent one out of all the main characters. The spot you shouldn't skip though, Gossip Girl fan or not, is the Grand Central Station where Serena arrived in the pilot episode. But let's take a break from the filming locations for a minute. One of my most important bucket list items for New York was watching a Broadway show. And I'm so glad that we decided on The Great Gatsby. Granted, I've only been to a handful of musicals in my life, but this one was definitely the best. The acting, the singing, the costumes, the sets, the whole production, and it was so worth it sitting in the front, which was a first for me. In my previous week in Massachusetts and Connecticut, I'd visited both Harvard and Yale, so of course Columbia was also on the list. After all, Blair and the bunch went there at some point, even though it seemed like none of them actually graduated. Sadly, there was no campus tour that day, but we still got to walk around a bit. By the way, this was the last full day of the trip, and after almost 2 weeks of summer weather in autumn, the temperatures had just dropped. After exploring Columbia, we went to the Met again and actually went inside the museum this time, as well as up on the rooftop terrace, which closed a few days later until at least 2030. So we were lucky with this one. But regardless of it, the museum is huge, so you get your money's worth either way. To wrap up the day, we took a round trip with the Staten Island ferry, which is, believe it or not, completely free. No registration, no nothing, you just have to show up. I've been planning this trip for 1.5 years, and it's been some eventful 2 weeks. But every trip must come to an end, and this was the perfect goodbye. Thank you for watching East Coast Autumn, and see you soon for my next series.